All right, here we go. My name's Jeff K, and you're listening to episode 246 of the world-famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast. As you can probably tell by my smoky, husky voice, some might say sexy. I got something going on, some kind of ailment. I don't know. I'll tell you a whole story behind that shit. And, in the meantime, I don't want you to be alarmed. And if you get a little aroused, all just flesh and blood here. I understand. Oh, brother, here we go. So on Saturday night, I felt like something was askew. I could feel a cold coming on. I was like, oh, God, here we go. In the middle, it's cold. It's really cold. I mean, really cold, right? And then I could feel it coming on. I could feel it building in my body, building up intensity. And then on Sunday, cold. I have a cold, Sunday I didn't feel good, luckily there was an ice storm. The entire world was covered in a thick layer of ice, everything was covered, the cars, the street, the sidewalk, the grass, the roof, I don't know, one of the neighbor's cats, I think, and it's one of those deals where nobody's out, there's nobody, you never see a car go by. Everybody's hunkered down. Everybody's holed up in their house because if you walk outside on that sidewalk, if you walk outside on the sidewalk in front of your house, you're going to go full inverted with your right foot above your head, your left foot still planted on this is no good. This is not a good situation. So everything is slick and encased in ice. If I'm going to have a bad cold, that's a good day to do it. So I said, to hell with this. I'm submitting to full sackism. I'm going to sit in this chair. I'm going to lay on this couch. I'm going to watch TV. I'm just going to I'm going to mess around with this remote. And just, I'm just going to go full-blown sack. I'm just surrendering to the sack, So that's what I did. Sunday, I didn't feel great. I didn't feel too good, but there wasn't anything going on. I couldn't do anything anyway, so I didn't feel I took the guilt out of it, took the sting out, Monday, I was off. I felt much better. Still didn't feel 100%. Still felt like I had a cold, But I felt much better than I did Sunday. I ran some errands, went around, did some things, had a few things to do. I didn't do too much, but because still, the weather still wasn't great. It was cold, like super cold. But I felt good enough to go out and do some things, and I did. So I briefly went out and ran some errands, and then on Tuesday I had to return to work, My boss called me in the morning, and she goes, well, it felt like the morning to me. It might have been afternoon, I don't know. But, it felt like morning. And she goes, this is a crazy request, but I need you to send me a headshot of yourself. I said, what the? She goes, make it a good one. I said, well, if you're expecting a good picture of me, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. She goes, oh, come on. Stop being that way. Just get a picture. Have one of your kids take it. Stand in front of some kind of neutral background. It needs to be clear, and try to smile. I know that goes against everything you're about. I was like, wow. Taking shots, I said, well, maybe I'll do my best. But I said, what is this for? She goes, I'll talk to you when you get in, She wouldn't tell me. I said, well, maybe we can, I'll find the best one best one. Then maybe we can send this shit off to Industrial Light Magic and see what they can do with it. She's like, what? She's like, I don't know what that means. But anyway, so then she goes, what the hell's going on with your voice? I said, I don't know, I got this cold, I don't know, I said, I feel fine, I'm 100%, I feel basically 100%, but I just got this lingering cold from the weekend. She goes, how do you know it's a cold? I said, because it feels like every other cold I've ever had in my life. She goes, yeah, famous last words. I said, I said, what do you mean by that? She goes, well, I thought I had a cold too, and I tested positive for the virus. I said, I don't have the virus. I just have a cold. I know what a cold feels like. She goes, I think you should get tested before you come back to work. I said, I was thinking to myself, I told her, I said, I've never been tested. I've never worked from home. And I've never shit at work. No, I didn't tell her that. I told her I've never been tested. And, I feel like I'm one of the few people in America that has never been tested. And this is gonna crush it. She goes, I don't feel. She goes, I thought I had a cold too, and I had the virus. I can't have you in here walking around, just spreading spores of sickness like you're a flower child, like a flower. What do you call those people at a wedding? Flower girl or whatever. Just with a basket of illness, just like flicking it left and right. Can't be just spreading the virus throughout this facility, all milli vanilli. I said, what? No, I'm kidding. That's basically what she said. I said, so you seriously want me to get tested? She goes, get one of those rapid tests and just make sure, just to be 100% sure. I said, all right. Well, this sucks. So now I got to take a picture of myself, and I got to get tested. Yep. So this is a bunch of crap. But I hadn't had a test. I hadn't worked from home, and I haven't shit at work in my life. These are the things I'm most proud of in my life so far. This is all hanging in the balance now. Well, that third one, I guess, is still safe, but. So anyway, Tony and I tried to get a picture, and it turned into the Lucy show. I was like, oh my God, look at that! I look like a cadaver. So I look like I've been dead for at least, several hours. Like the time of death can be fixed at 9 a.m. approximately. It was like ridiculous, and she was laughing, and it was like the lighting, like I would try it in one room, and the lighting, it looked like I had sacks under I looked like, oh my God, it looked like frickin' Abe Vigoda or something. It was horrible, right? So I took one, and I sent that off to her, and she goes, perfect. I'm like, I don't know about that. I said, that's about as good as it's going to get. It doesn't get any better than that, and that's not good, right? So I was thinking, I wonder if she still has all those pictures, the bad ones we rejected. I wonder if she still has those on her phone, Tony. I'll have to ask her. I might be willing to post those at Surf Report Pod. I don't know if she has them or not, but anyway. So I sent that, and I got tested. And you guys want to guess what it came back as? That's right, positive. Apparently I have the virus. Apparently I have COVID. I feel, I don't feel sick. I have a little bit of a cold. I have cold symptoms. I don't feel sick at all. I feel pretty much 100%. So I don't know. I'm not allowed back in the building until Tuesday of next week. I got to work from home. That crushes that. See, just in that one thing, just in that one, what do you call it? That one action crushed two of my favorite things. Two of the three things that I'm most proud of. I had to get tested, and now I have to work from home. Oh man, do you know how sucking this is? And then and I was telling Tony after I got my positive test, I called her. I said, I can't believe this, but I tested positive. I got the virus, I guess. She goes, oh man, that sucks. Do you think you could stop by the store on your way home, pick up some coffee? I don't know if we have enough for a pot in the morning. Oh, I was like, what the? I don't know. The level of concern is, not there. Not really. Not there. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she's fine. We're just not real, But so anyway, I apparently have the virus, and I got the COVID, as my brother calls it, and I don't know what the hell's going on. I feel fine, but anyway, I have to work from home. I have to work from home in about an hour and a half. In an hour and a half, I have to log on, and I have to work from home. It sucks. God, it goes against everything I'm about, And I had to. Anyway, and another thing. All right, you ready for this? Producer Zip he also has the COVID. He also has the virus. I think he had a harder time of it than I did. And in fact, I invite him to insert an update on how he's doing right here.
I'm still alive.
I've already talked to him today, so I already know he's getting better. He's feeling better. In fact, he's about the only one. I mean, I don't want to be mean. He's the only one that checks in on me. Do I get any text messages from from anybody else? Nope. I get nothing. But Zip texted me in the morning, said, "How you feeling today?" I said, "I feel good. How you doing?" So we're checking in on each other. But I'm not, and Tony's like, "Can you take the trash out this morning?" I'm like, what the? I have a virus. Do you understand what's going on here? So I had to take the trash out this morning. There's like 2 adult boys, 2 adults. I could take that trash out right to the curb, right? I got a virus. All right. Anyway, I'm glad Zip's doing well, doing better, and I'm recovering from this thing. And I don't know. I feel fine. It's been since Sunday, right? I think I'm past. I don't think I'm going to take a turn for the worst, end up on a lung blower. But I don't want to get too. I don't want to get too Chevy Cavalier about this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so let's see. Is that it? I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. I'll tell you another thing, right? Before we move on, this is another thing that's going on here at this house. This house, this paradise, this house of paradise. The toilet upstairs. The toilet upstairs is fully and utterly clogged. I don't know. I have tried everything I know to get that thing unclogged. One of the boys went in there the other night. I think it was Monday night. So this is Thursday. So it's been clogged since Monday evening, late, in the evening. He went in there. I could hear him in there plunging like a son of a bitch. He was plunging with all he had, And I was like, "What is going on here?" I don't, he's like embarrassed. I said, "What the?" So I went up there, Tony's like, "You need to go up there and see if you can get that thing unclogged." I'm like, "Why me? Why do I have to do it?" This is before I tested positive, so, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But I went up there. I was like, "Oh my God." I was trying to get that thing. It was like, all right. We tried everything. Tony and I ended up there. We had the window open. It's cold. We're plunging and doing everything. We poured hot water in there. We put dishwashing detergent in there. We took a cup and bailed out all the water out of there. Oh God. It looked like clear water, so it wasn't gross. Which was good, but I don't know what the hell happened. And he's like incommunicado on the whole thing. I said, "What did you do? Flush a hoodie down this thing?" I said, "Why is it so plugged off? I've never in my life experienced such. I was up there just a little while ago. This is Thursday as I record this, and it's still plugged off. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to do really. I'm not going to put one of those what do you call those stupid things? I'm not going to put one of those like augers down there. I don't know how to do that. What do you think? I'm Bob Vila? I don't know how to do that. So if we call a plumber, they're not going to come in this house because I'm carrying a full virus load up in here. Plus, every house is, it's like 12 degrees outside. I'm sure pipes are busting, all around town. If you just turn your TV off and just listen, just like cup your ear, you can probably just hear like people's pipes bursting all around town, So they're not going to say, my toilet's clogged upstairs. I don't know. They're not going to rush over here. But even if they did, all right, they would come in here, they'd have some kind of fancy-ass plunger, some kind of special, like shaped like something I've never seen before, like a tulip-shaped thing on the end of it. Give it a couple of, jaunty thrusts with their, with the special wrist action. The thing will clear completely out. And then they'll leave a bill for $135, and they'll say, have a good day, tip of the cap, moving on, But that thing is clogged up. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what he deposited down that thing, because it is sealed off tight, So it's a paradise. It really is. It's a paradise here. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful place to be. So far, none of the family members have any kind of symptoms. I don't want to infect them, because everybody has a different reaction to this thing. That's the thing that scares me. We're all vaccinated. Tony and I are boosted. Both of the boys are, have 2 shots. Tony and I have 3. I think we'll be all right, but it worries me a little bit. I don't want to infect them, So anyway, that's the status, and I feel okay. I feel better than I did Sunday, and I didn't even feel all that bad on Sunday. So, and I'm glad Zip's doing better, and that's that. So you're up to date on this shit. I do have one call came in over the hotline recently, and it's from our old friend Ian, and here it is.
Hey Jeff, Happy New Year! It's Ian Scotland here. I'm in my car, just seeing idiocy on another level. So I'm at a stoplight, and there's a girl there. She's obviously pushed the button to cross the road. So I'm sitting at the red light looking at this girl. And does she cross the road? No, she just looks at her mobile phone. So I'm sitting watching her, looking at her mobile phone. Anyway, so exercise. I've got a bit of a background in exercise, a degree and stuff. From what you're saying, and I've heard this before, it sounds like, so the thing is with exercise, to do something that you really enjoy, and it sounds like you enjoy walking to the gym more than being in the gym. So I'd hold off on getting a treadmill, because that thing's just going to turn into an expensive place to dry out your tiny whities within a few months. Or if you do want one, just wait a couple of months and people will be selling them on eBay or whatever you've got across there. Number 2, Costa Oak Island, I'm out. Gary Drayton's killed it. I saw him haggling with a historian like he was in a fucking market in Marrakesh. Guy's like, I think this is maybe 15th century. Guy's like, could you go a bit lower than that? Maybe 14th. What about 13th? Well, possibly. I told you it was Templar. This is bullshit. So I'm out. Number 3, good band, highly recommended to me, Warm Disher. So I looked on their website and they're touring, so said my son, you've actually got to see Warm Disher in Glasgow. The tickets are really cheap, like 25 of your American dollars. So he said he never heard of them, so played them a bit. He said, sounds a bit like Frank Zappa meets the Butthole Surfers. And I welled up with pride. He's an intelligent 16-year-old. I never had that kind of music knowledge when I was his age.
Thanks, Ian. Yep, I understand. I understand the frustration with these people. I hate, oh my God, there's this light coming out of this grocery store that I go to all the time. It feels like I go to this grocery store every day. Sometimes it feels like I go to this grocery store twice a day. And it's got a right turn, but it says no right turn on red, right? Why? For what reason? I don't know. So I always go, if I'm the one in the front, right, I'll say the hell with that, I'm going, right? But if there's a goody two-shoes in front of me, it's afraid they're going to get arrested or something, they'll sit there and wait for it to turn green. And sometimes it just goes on, and it's like the longest light in America, It's like, oh my God, And then, all right, on top of that, the thing turns green, and they just sit there like they're looking at their phone. And oh my God, the fury, I'm like full of fury, So I understand the frustration. I understand you said the girl pushed the button, the thing gave her the go ahead, and she stood there looking at her phone, missed the whole thing. I understand that. Let's see, the treadmill. I don't understand what you're saying about that. I don't fully I don't. You said it sounds like I like walking more than I like going to the gym. It's true. I don't like going to the gym. I like walking on the treadmill. But you said if I did get a treadmill, then I wouldn't use it, and I would use it just to dry my tighty whities. I find that offensive. I do not wear tighty whities, sir. Thank you very much. But anyway, I don't understand. I mean, there's definitely a good chance. We used to have some kind of a piece of equipment up in here. It was one of those, what do you call those things? I don't know. It's some kind of bicycle type situation. It wasn't a bicycle, but it was something like I can't remember. An elliptical machine. That's what it was. That thing was high end too. It was expensive, and I didn't use it. You're right. I mean, that's exactly. I just like hang my jacket on it. But I think a treadmill would be different because I like the treadmill. I like walking on a treadmill. I like to set the thing for 4 miles. Listen to some podcasts. Listen to the Wheeler's Dog podcast. Listen to No Redeeming Qualities. Maybe listen to that Cincinnati Reds podcast, the Red Leg Nation, or what have you. Or I could just listen to some music, and I like that. I enjoy that. It clears my head. I feel better after. I feel like I did something. I feel like I would use a treadmill. You might be right. I don't really understand what you said. You like walking more than you like going to the gym. So I wouldn't buy a treadmill. Did I misunderstand what you're saying? Oak Island? Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It pains me to admit this, but I think this might be the worst season. This current season. Season 9, I watched the most recent episode last night. Like, literally nothing happens. Like, nothing happens during the whole show. They still haven't gotten to the point where they're slamming cans, as they say, put those big caissons, they call them, those big round things. All they're doing is digging these exploratory holes, right? And they're deep into the season. I don't know. At some point, they're going to put 4 of these gigantic caissons down in there, but they're trying to figure out exactly where to do it. Nothing happens. They sent the archaeologists home because the archaeologists kept causing trouble. They said, all right, you guys off the island, get, So they're gone. They're just digging these exploratory, boreholes or whatever they call them. They're not finding shit. Then they got that Billy, what's his name? Billy, what's his name? I don't know. Gerhardt or something. With the heavy machinery, he's digging holes, but he pulls up timber every once in a while, like a log or something. Everybody's like, yeah, there you go. Hand hewn. I don't know. Is that how you pronounce that word? But there's nothing going on, man. And I didn't catch the negotiating on the age of something. I understand what you're saying. This. I mean, maybe at the end when they pinpoint where they're going to put these cans down, maybe they'll find something. I don't know, or maybe it'll be more interesting. But this has been one of the. I feel like those guys are not even into it. There's not even that level of enthusiasm. I don't know. This thing feels like it's winding down. We might be at the end of this Oak Island thing, but I'm sticking with it. Just like I'm sticking with the other things that are important in my life. Like the 3 things I mentioned, 2 of 3 got crushed in one fell swoop. And I don't know that band. The band that you mentioned, what is it called? Warm Doucher? I'm not familiar. I don't know as much as I used to know. I used to know a lot about music. I know much less now, but I know. I understand. I'm right there with you. with my kids. I'm proud of my kids' knowledge, like yours. I mean, that's a deep pull for a kid, 16 years old. You said, to say, Zappa meets Butthole Surfers. That's something to be proud of, because that's a pretty good deep pull for somebody that age. My kids are very knowledgeable about music. They grew up in the house of a musical maniac. I mean, I listen to music all the time. Tony's like, "Why do you have to have music on all the time?" I said, "Because I love it." I don't know. I mean, I just love it, and I'm really into it. They grew up that way. They're both like that too, and they know a lot about music too. They know a lot about music history, and they know a lot about old. That's not just current stuff. Because they grew up in it. So I understand. I am proud of that. My kids are very knowledgeable, and they're hip as far as that goes, and I'm proud of that. And I'm right there with you, man. I understand what you're saying. And thanks for the call. I had a hard time understanding some of that in there. And you should see the. No offense. Sometimes I have trouble with the Scottish accent. Not so much with you, Ian, but just with the Scottish accent in general. There was a show. What was it called? Catastrophe or some shit like that. It was a comedy. It was really funny. It was really good, actually. It was about this guy who was traveling in London on business. He had like a one-night stand with this woman. Or he had like I don't know if it was a one-night stand, but he had a quickie relationship with this woman. And then when he gets back to America, Boston, I think, he gets a text from her. And she says she's pregnant. In fact, when his phone rang, or when he got the text message, he had her in there as like, I don't know what her name was, and then in parentheses, London Sex. Like Mary, I don't know what her name was, Mary, parentheses, London Sex. And it said, I'm pregnant. So he ends up going back to London to be a part of the kids, So, that's the premise. It was really funny. But there's a Scottish, hang on a second, I'm having trouble. I'm having a little bit of too much talking. I'm sick. I got the virus. I got a viral load, and I'm coughing. Anyway, there was a Scottish guy on there. I couldn't understand a damn thing he said. I mean, I'm not kidding. I couldn't understand anything he said. And I could understand you way better, but some of that at the end, I was having trouble. And that Google thing, where they give you a transcript, what a mess. That thing's a disaster. So anyway, thank you for the call, Ian. I appreciate it. Call anytime you want. Call all, whatever. Keep calling. I love it, especially when you're in your car. I don't know why I like that, but I do. I enjoy that. So thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. We're at the end of this thing. I'm talking too much. I feel 100%, but then when I start talking for 30 minutes, I don't know, it's starting to catch up to me, So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you want 2 of them a week instead of a measly one, it's easy to take care of. You can take care of that right away by heading over to patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/Jeff K. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation, and you'll gain access to an extra episode, full-length episode every week. Man, for $4 a month. That's good value. And check out the newish, it's not really new anymore, podcast website, surfreportpod.com. Expanded show notes, links, photographs, etc. Check it out. It's pretty good, I think. Also, I'm writing a monthly column, a humor column, over at Substack, about aging, about getting old, which is something I think about every once in a while, like, 24 hours a day. And you can read that at nonewjeffs.substack.com. No new Jeffs. There are no new Jeffs. All the Jeffs are old. They're not making any new ones anymore, which sucks, because Jeffs are noble people, right? All right. nonewjeffs.substack.com. Check it out. There's 2 columns up there. I do one a month on the first day of every month, so I got December and January up there. Check them out. I think they're pretty funny. And I think that'll do it. You guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. I'll see you soon over on the Patreon site. Until then, you guys have yourselves a fine, fine day. Did I just say that already? I'm just talking in a loop. Man, maybe I'm not 100%. Maybe I'm like 85 or so. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye.
Hey, Jeff, Happy New Year!